Welcome back to Biggie Outdoors at the top of the hour. We welcome in those just tuning in, and for those of you who have been listening, we're headed into another great hour of outdoor radio with Biggie and Brandon here at Biggie Outdoor Studios. This hour is brought to you by one of our great supporters at Outdoor Edge Knives and Cutlery, makers of the swing blade and other great tools for the outdoorsman. Check them out at OutdoorEdge.com and get yourself one of the best hunting knives or cutlery sets you'll ever own. Also buy Koala Buck coolers, portable walk-in coolers for the sportsman, a great way to save your game when you're traveling on a hunt and want to keep your meat cool. Find them online at koalabuck.com. Now, stay tuned for more Biggie Outdoor Radio. Biggie Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Biggie TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Biggie TV and Biggie Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Biggie Outdoors Professional Hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Biggie Outdoors destinations. Biggie Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BiggieOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Biggie Outdoors at Cedar Creek. Welcome back to some more Biggie Outdoor Radio. We just did the interview with folks from Lucky Tackle Box out in California. And Brandon, while I was doing that interview, they told me that they actually have tackle boxes for each type of fishing that you did. I asked them about walleye and bass fishing, and they actually do one for ice fishing.
All right.
And at first I questioned him because I said, well, what does a guy from California know about ice fishing? But evidently he's got family up in New York, and he does musky fishing up there and ice fishing and knows quite a bit about it. So
awesome.
The good thing is with the Lucky Tackle Box, you can pick the type of fishing that you want, the game, and you tell them, like when you fill out the form, which actually we're going to go to that online right now. That way we can kind of know what we're talking about here.
All right.
But you fill this thing out, and luckytacklebox.com, and there it is right there, luckytacklebox.com, best baits. Join now, have them delivered to your door every month. It's $5 for your first month as long as you enter in the code at checkout, SAVE 10. SAVE and the number 10. And then what happens is you pick in here like whether you want bass or what kind of fish you're interested in. Like if you're ordering this for yourself, you click on this box here, and then you can pick your box, pick a plan, check out, all that kind of stuff. If you're ordering it as a gift, like let's say I was going to order this for you, or for a fisherman that we know, or for one of our hunters or guests, you can order it as a gift, and then it's a one-time purchase. And that way it doesn't reoccur.
Okay.
So like you don't have to worry about the reoccurring, billing or something like that. But now even if you do buy this, folks, you can buy it as a gift for yourself and set it up as a one-time or a three-time or whatever. Or you can get on the plan and then cancel it anytime. And there's no cancellation fee, there's no commitment, nothing like that. So you go on here, it looks like it's a pretty easy site to manipulate through. We're on the site right now, luckytacklebox.com. And, as you're going through this, Brandon, here you go. You can pick bass fishing, inshore salt water, pan fishing, and you click the select button, and there's other boxes that you can pick, even if you are that you don't see them here. You tell them. Let's say you say I want to focus on ice fishing, or I want to focus on walleye or trout fishing. You tell them. And that's what they're going to focus on, getting you into stuff.
And they mostly they deal with lures?
It's all lures, yeah.
Okay.
It's all lures. And they're going to get you some of the best stuff. So here, like right now, the monthly one is $15 a box. But if you commit, our boxes ship the 10th of every month. Here, if you commit to the 12-month program, so you get one box every month for 12 months, it comes out to $14 a box. And you just click select, and then you would probably enter in 12-month subscription for Bass. That's what I just clicked on here. And it comes out to be $168. You fill it out, boom, put in your coupon code, and it's CVV. You put in your credit card, boom, it's gonna bill you every month, and you're done.
And you put in your code, and it's actually cheaper than...
You put in your code, you're gonna save 10 right there. Save $10, get your first month for $5.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And it's a heck of a plan. I mean, what they're doing, they're working with some of the best baits out there. I told them, too bad somebody didn't come up with this for hunters. Maybe the lucky ammo box.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah.
There you go. Especially as hard as it is to get ammo in some places. You could pick your caliber, and they ship you a certain amount of ammo every month. And
yeah.
or the lucky hunter, the lucky hunter's pack or something. You get knives from Cutco. Get yourself a good knife, and
there you go. Yeah.
Some camouflage and things like that. But it's pretty easy to do. It looks like here's how it works. It says pick your plan, pick the box you want, bass, inshore, salt, whatever you want, the number of boxes you want to receive. They ship it, you get it. That's pretty much it. Very simple. How do you like that?
And it's free shipping.
Free shipping.
That is cool.
Yeah, free shipping. Right from California, and they work with some of the, and they also give you a video. It tells you how to use the baits that they send you.
Oh, that's cool.
So
too, yeah.
So let's say they're shipping you rubber worms for bass. Not, you take it for granted, but not everybody knows how to put the rubber worm on and use it and all that kind of stuff, Or maybe the Rapala or, the rattle trap. They said they got rattle trap too, So this kind of stuff's going to show you how to tie them up, how to use them. And it says, right, and then they got even on here fishing tips and techniques. They got places for people to put their pictures. It's a great gift idea, I think. I mean, I can see where it could be kind of a pretty cool deal.
It's not a bad deal for somebody like me who, when I go fishing, I lose a lot of lures.
Well, it's yeah. And it gets you a sample of the product as well. And like I told them, it's good for the company as well, because what happens, let's say they send you a couple of really good baits, you use them. If you're like you and I, what'll happen is we'll throw it a few times, it'll end up stuck in a tree somewhere, and then we know we liked it, so we got to go buy it.
That's not a bad idea, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's not like a bait lasts a guy like you and I forever.
No. Usually, especially if it's a good one, it'll end up being that it'll last like one trip out to the lake.
It'll be somewhere. It'll be stuck on a weed or a lily pad or
and then somebody
else's boat.
Yeah, somebody else will end up getting it. You got those crazy guys who will go up and climb a tree hanging over the river just to get a lure, wondering what it is.
Wait a minute, I've seen you doing that before.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That's because it was my.
Hey, now you won't have to do that because the Lucky Tackle Box will be shipping you your baits all the time. So, I think it's a great idea. And then he said they're going to do stuff for ice fishing. So, that brings us back to talking about the ice.
Yeah, what ice?
Yeah. I was down by, they call that Lake Wausau. I don't know why they call it a lake. It's a river.
Yeah.
But over here by Gulliver's Landing, I wasn't down at the lake, but I was driving through there. And there was, and you know who you are if you're listening, he was a redneck with a big brown beard in a red Dodge pickup truck. And he was wearing a t-shirt. I don't know who this guy was. I'm just describing him. And he was wearing a t-shirt, and his truck was parked at the landing, and he had nobody else with him, and he was out on the ice, stomping around to see how good the ice was. Alone, in a t-shirt, checking the ice. Hello, redneck. I know you're as crazy as Brandon and I are here, but what happens if you did fall through? You didn't have anybody there to help you. You didn't. You had a t-shirt on. you were pretty much screwed.
How far out was he?
Far enough, you know. And I'm thinking, what is he doing, you know? I mean, I understand he was out there checking the ice, but, you know, you should have somebody else out there to at least cover you.
You know what the weather's been like. I wouldn't be stomping around out yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he's looking to get out there and do some ice fishing. And then, you know, we had come back through the other way before we were headed north. We were coming the other direction earlier, and out on the west side of the bridge, there was a guy out there on the other side of the island already, out in the middle. He was out there sitting on the ice, like probably within 20 feet of open water out there fishing.
That's a diehard.
Now, he could be a die easy.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
How much is a fish worth, people? That's what I don't understand. It's like, good God, I understand that there's, you know. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe that's it. What is the thrill of catching a fish through the ice that you would risk your life to go out there and catch that fish? I don't understand that. I mean, it's different
next time you drive by and you see him out there,
I'm going to ask him.
Stop and ask him. Hey.
Because, I mean, I understand if you were catching a monster walleye or a great big muskie, but these guys are catching panfish.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, you're catching panfish and you're risking your life for panfish. You know what? If you want,
be some good panfish.
If you want fresh fish, run down to Ski's Meat Market. He's got it right there in the display, and you don't have to risk your life for it. Or you might be. I don't know, but I mean, you don't have to. It's like, you know, it just blows me away. And you know, if I want bluegill or perch that bad, I'll go down to Gulliver's on Friday night and I'll order it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you know. It just, to me, it just blows me away. I mean, I see these guys out there. It's like, my neighbor, he's had his ice shack sitting in his yard for a month and a half. He's got electricity run out to the darn thing, and they're sitting out there drinking beer in the ice shack. I mean, that's how bad they want to get out on the lake. That they're actually sitting in the ice shack in their front yard.
I remember we were hanging Christmas lights, and he was sitting in the ice shack in the front yard drinking beer, watching us.
They're sitting and they got an open sign hanging in the window, and they're sitting in the ice shack drinking beer, having cookouts.
Yeah.
Every weekend in the ice shack because they can't get it on the lake.
Yeah. And that might be as far as that ice shack makes it this year.
Well, it could be. But, hey, you know, on that note, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about ice fishing this year. All right, we'll be right back with some more Big E Outdoor Radio. Hey, Brandon, we're back with some more Big E Outdoor Radio here. And we were talking about
crazy ice fishermen.
The ice fishermen.
Yeah.
And the people with their shacks in their front yard.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if I'm going to get a shack and put it in my front yard, I'm going to get a shed from down at the shed shop.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to sit in comfort.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, I'm thinking about the people who like to do the polar plunge on the first of the year. And
well, you don't have far to go to do the polar plunge because there ain't no ice. So you just...
You go and you launch your pontoon boat and you go out there, jump in the water, and climb back up the ladder, get in the boat.
Right, that's right. If Denny's listening, we need to know. What he needs to do is call us up or Facebook us or whatever. I don't know, Denny, if you even have Facebook. He's kind of in the older generation, and he may not be into that technology yet. But, however, we need to know if you got any like special Big E deals for a Big E ice shack. We need to have.
Ice.
No. Well, he can't make ice. Well, he can make ice, but not the kind we can fish on.
Yeah.
But we need to have a Big E shed shop ice shack.
All right.
And then we're gonna have to decorate this thing up and and everything. And then every year what we'll do is we'll figure out where's a good place to put it. And it sure neck ain't gonna be on Lake Wausau, I can tell you that. There's got to be a good lake around here that actually has some fish in it. Maybe they do have fish there, but there's an awful lot of grass poking through the ice. But
that's all right.
We need to go somewhere, set this thing up, and we'll do radio shows from there. I think that'd be great. But again, we have to have ice first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can do this show from anywhere.
We could. Yeah, we could do it from the ice.
We can do it from the ice. And this summer, we are getting a Big E pontoon.
All right.
From somewhere. We're going to get us a boat shop on this thing. We're going to get us a Biggie pontoon. And we're going to do a pontoon song.
Yeah.
Let's play the pontoon song.
Yeah, we'll play the pontoon song
and do the radio show from the pontoon.
Have the grill out there on the boat.
The grill.
Yeah, yeah.
Cooking some brats. Maybe some Trigg Smokehouse brats.
Or fish.
Well, if we're going to catch fish, you better do it, because I'm really not that great of a fisherman.
Well, all right then.
Actually, I don't have the patience to fish. The only type of fishing I like to do is ice fishing, because I can sit in the shack, have me one of them discolored waters with the foam on top, and watch the tip-ups. Watch for flags. That's my kind of fishing.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know how guys can sit there and stare into that little hole and jig all day long, waiting for that little bitty bluegill to bite that jig.
Beer. That's how you do it.
You're not supposed to say beer. You're supposed to say discolored water with foam on top.
Oh, all right. Well.
Beer.
Yeah. That's how I do it.
You do?
Yeah, I put out my 3 tip-ups and then I jig.
That's 4 lines. You can't do that. What are you talking about? You better be careful. No.
Yeah.
Well, that's why everybody needs to, if you're going ice fishing, that's when you want to go and pick up your nieces and your nephews and all the kids and let them come out there and play. That way you can put in all their lines.
There you go, yeah.
That's when you want to rent the neighbor kids.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
Yeah, they're out here playing around somewhere. Trust me, I got lines in for them all. They better be here.
They were just here 5 minutes ago.
But yeah, I wonder if we drove around Wausau, how many people are actually using their ice shacks as party shacks right now in the front yard?
I imagine there's probably quite a few of them. Yep, but I think your neighbor is one of the most diehards.
They're in it almost every night.
Every night, yep. Yeah, he really misses the ice. I'm sure of that. You can tell every time I pull in, the lights on. They're sitting there waiting.
Well, I got to think that he's probably safer there than he is out on the ice right now.
Yeah.
At least he isn't going to fall through his grass.
Yeah.
He might fall out on his grass.
Yeah, but, that's fine.
Yeah. Although I tell you this, he's got that low spot in the driveway, and the water fills up in there in the summer. So he kind of has almost as much water in his driveway as he does in the lake.
Well, let's see if we get all this rain and then that freezes in the yard.
Yeah, he might be able
to. He could go and like just set a tip up out there,
just to make himself feel good.
Just to feel good, yeah.
That might not be a bad idea. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he'll do that.
Yeah. That'd make a good picture on Facebook.
Yeah. Well,
waiting for the ice.
You know who you are. We won't call him out by name because. I don't know if Todd wants everybody to know that he's out there doing that, but yeah. So, that might be interesting. Well, there's some fisheries coming up. When are the big fisheries down where you usually go? You think there's going to be enough ice for them?
When are they, you're saying?
Yeah, when are they usually?
Yeah, they're going to be in 2017 now.
Yeah, because they're usually in January.
January, February is usually when the fisheries are where I go, down Westfield, Coloma area.
It would have to get
darn cold real fast.
Really cold, we're talking Arctic cold.
Yeah. And the thing is I'm thinking about people who like to go out and fish on, Big Green, Green Lake down there. That lake always freezes up really late as it is because it's a big lake, it's a deep lake. That lake ain't going to freeze enough this year, but you watch. There'll be somebody who will drive out there or they'll walk out there and fall through because as soon as that thing starts to freeze a little bit, they're going to want to be on it.
And they're going to try. And then
not going to be good.
Yep.
Yeah. Lake Puckaway is always a good one, too. Lake Puckaway's always got a couple of vehicles falling through the ice every single year.
And Brandon, you've had some experience with guys dropping vehicles through the ice.
On Lake Puckaway.
Yep. Yeah. Tell our listeners, just so you know, in case you have not dropped the vehicle through yet, you only get one of those in your lifetime.
Yeah. My buddy, his insurance company covered it once, and that's it. Now, that was his one time. They covered the recovery and all that.
And that's it.
And the truck.
Better not happen again.
It don't happen again because he ain't getting it out of there at their cost. Next time it's all on him.
And it's an expensive ordeal.
Yeah. And not only do they not cover the recovery of it, they won't cover your vehicle. Your insurance company won't cover your vehicle for that.
Or the DNR
Yeah.
liability either of that vehicle sitting in the water.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah.
So.
You tell the story about that. You actually came off and almost fell through yourself.
Well, we were out there on Puckaway. It was pretty early in the morning, and we got done fishing. We were out. I called when I got out there. I called ahead and I said, "Hey, who's all out there and who's got their trucks and what are they driving?" Well, I had that one buddy who was the only guy on the lake with a diesel. He was out there. I'm like, well, if he drove his diesel out there, all these other guys are out there in their full-size pickups. I'll go. So I drive out there. I parked about 80 yards away from everybody. Walk over to the shack. We did our fishing and our partying in the shack and all that. And comes time to leave, and my buddy's getting in his truck, and I'm getting in mine, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to follow him off the ice because I just don't trust following a diesel. So I got in my truck, and I floored it. I'm going across the ice, and I knew where the landing was, and there was a real soft spot. I was going probably 60, 65, and just getting off of the lake, and I hit a real soft spot. It threw slush and water everywhere, and I got up to the landing, pulled the truck up there, and I parked, and I'm waiting for my buddy, and I'm watching his headlights coming across the ice, and I was actually getting ready to leave. I was going to pull out and just meet him at the gas station in town, and I said, you know what, just for the sake of it, I'm going to watch here and wait for him. All of a sudden, his headlights disappeared. I go running out there, and his truck's in the water, and if it wasn't for the fact that he had that thing jacked up halfway to the moon, it would have been completely underwater, but him and our other two friends that were in the truck, they ended up getting out. We walk out there, and I'm helping him get. He did artificial insemination at the time, and I was helping him get his tanks out of the back of the truck, his semen tanks. A lot of money in those things.
Yeah.
And so I was helping him get those out of there, and I got too close, and I fell through myself while I was on the phone with 911. And somehow I kept my phone out of the water, crawled back out. Somebody pulled me out of the water and onto the ice, and it was pretty cold that night. It was probably 10 below, but the ice still wasn't good enough. And so they sent out the ambulance and sent out a bunch of squad cars and everything. And of course, because I had fallen through, I had to go through the checks and everything. They had to check me out in the ambulance. Check everything out, all my vitals. And
how cold was it?
It was cold. It was like 10 below, man. It was bad.
Did you experience any shrinkage?
Well, a little bit, I'm almost back to normal now. That was in 2012. So, yeah. but yeah, that was a heck of a deal. That was nerve-wracking, and my buddy was, he really liked that truck. That was a nice diesel, but that's what you get. He was the only diesel out on the lake, and where he fell through was exactly where I drove through and threw all that slush and water up in the air. So, I'm wondering if I had been going any slower, if I'd have been the guy in the water. But everybody walked away okay, thank God. But that was an interesting deal.
Yeah, you're lucky because that water could have been deeper and you could have lost somebody. So
and you shouldn't be driving off the lake that fast, because if you do fall through, you're not going to. You're going to be underneath the ice, not sitting there in the hole. So I got lucky there too, because going 60 miles an hour, if I had gone through the ice, it wouldn't have been pretty.
No, and it's a good thing that nobody got hurt. And like I said, people need to be checking the ice, checking how thick it is, and so be safe out there. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more Big E Outdoor Radio. Welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio. This segment is brought to you by Brews Brothers, located on Highway X in Weston, just off of Highway 29. Fresh burger ground daily from country fresh meats and awesome hand-cut fries with all the tasty seasonings to choose from. They got plenty of tap brews with 35 beers on tap. If you haven't made your way on over to Brews Brothers yet, you need to head on over and check them out. And tell them Big E sent you, and they'll give you a little something special from us just for mentioning it. But head on over there, and you'll be hooked up with the best burgers in town. That's Brews Brothers on Highway X in Weston. Hey, welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio. You know, we were talking there about falling through the ice and shrinkage and things like that. And shrinkage got me thinking, Brennan.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about people that hunt and fish, and you know we've got some superstars and some friends that that hunt with us.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a guy that we're trying to get to call in because he's actually a friend of one of our friends.
Yeah.
And we were talking about him a little bit earlier, and it's going to blow your mind that he hunts. But we're going to try to get him on the show.
All right.
His name is Ron Jeremy.
All right.
And it is the Ron Jeremy. He actually hunts.
Good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be a very colorful conversation when he calls in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to save a lot of those wisecracks and jokes for that time, but I just want everybody to think about that.
Take a minute, ponder.
Take a minute and ponder, yeah.
Because he actually does hunt. It kind of blows you away, the people out there that you can get that will hunt.
Yeah,
I wonder if he bow hunts. Or if he gun hunts.
Yeah.
If he bow hunts,
that's going to be
makes
an
you wonder how
interesting
long his draw is.
I'm not even going to touch that one. That's.
No.
Did you really just go there?
No, I'm talking about the bow.
Yeah, you want to know how long his draw is. I got you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on a second while I slide my chair a few feet away from you.
Yeah. Well, you know. So, so anyway, we got the ATA show coming up. I don't know if many of the listeners out there know what the ATA show is, but that's the Archery Trade Association show. We'll be heading down to here like in the first part of January.
Yeah.
Where
is that this year?
In Louisville again this year.
Oh, yeah.
Remember what that was like down in Louisville? First of all, finding parking.
Yeah. Finding parking, that's always fun.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that
it's hard enough to find parking there without a show going on.
Yeah, right. But you know, we're going to go down there, and the Archery Trade Association show is not a show that's open to the public. So it's a show that is, it's only for the industry. It's for dealers who are coming down there looking for what they want to put in their stores. Yep. So you're going to find guys like Chase Outdoors and the people from, well, actually, you don't even get your box store guys there. So it's going to be all your smaller guys like, you know, Chase and the guys from Wausau Archery and guys like that. They're all going to be there. And actually this year, Matthews did not have their show.
They did not have their show.
Matthews has not gone to that every year. They've kind of done their own thing. Yeah. This year, Matthews is going to be at the ATA.
No, that's cool. That's good that they finally went to that, because usually at the ATA show you'll see everybody boat company there except for Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews is going to be there this year. But then when you go there, then all of the who's are there. You know, you get all your television shows are there. You get to, you know, I mean, when we go there every year because that's where we talk to our sponsors and things like that. And we're there every year. We get to see guys like Michael Waddell is there, and Jim Shockey. Yeah. We had a couple of beers with Jim Shockey a couple of years ago. And
there's
Ted Nugent.
Quite a few TV shows that are there, and hunting personalities.
Yep.
But you know, that's the thing, is all the big manufacturers are there too, and not just boat companies, folks. I mean, True Glow and
yep, all your broadheads, your sights, your stands, your blinds,
targets,
and scent companies. And then the other thing is that is where your new products come out. They always have the innovations and technologies rooms, and that's where the new products always are.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do this year, when we go down there, we're actually going to record a show from the ATA.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go around and we're going to tell people what is, you know, what's new, what we're seeing, and we're going to actually do the recording. And we're going to do a show from the ATA, come back and actually let our listeners really kind of get the feel of what's going on at the ATA.
Yeah,
and
that's
what's coming out for this year. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is where they unveil everything new.
Yeah, new bows.
Yep, I'm going to tell you.
Sights.
Trust me, when we're there, we will be the first ones to see what Bowtech has brand new. When they unveil it, it will not come out of the internet or anywhere else until after we see it at the ATA.
Yep, Bowtech, Matthews,
Everybody,
PSC, all these
Expedition,
guys.
PSC, it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a knife, whether it's a bow, everything new coming out for 2016 or 2017 or whatever their new stuff is, whatever's coming out new,
90% of them release it at this show.
they release it here, we'll see it there.
Yep.
Then we're going to head down to Vegas.
Do the SHOT Show.
We're going to do the SHOT Show, we're going to do the same thing. Now that's the same show, but it's for the, more toward the hunting industry that has to do with the rest of the stuff. Firearms, you're going to find guns, you're going to find ammo, you're going to find a lot more stuff there. The SHOT Show is by far the leading industry show out there. I mean, it's got everything there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We're going to be going along with the guys from Central Wisconsin Armory to the SHOT Show this year. He's going to be making some fancy Big E rifles for us.
All right, yeah. So we get to go there and hang out with Ed for a few days at the SHOT Show.
We do.
That'll be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
So.
we'll have him on our show too. Right now, Hr2 Sons is one of the sponsors on our TV show. We're going to have two really great rifle manufacturers. We're going to have Hr2 Hart and Central Wisconsin Armory both making custom rifles for Big E Outdoors. And they're going to be on the show, and we're going to be shooting their rifles. So we're going to be doing a little bit more rifle hunting this year than we have in the past. So I'm thinking that
Oh, yeah.
could be kind of fun.
It's going to be, absolutely.
I've already talked to our buddy Dave, did you meet Dave from Tobique Valley Outfitters down in South Carolina? You didn't meet him.
Nope, I did not get a chance.
But I've already talked to him. I was on the phone, and he confirmed his sponsorship with us and everything. And I said, Dave, when we come up there this year, we always go up there, we always do our bow hunting with bears. And I said, Dave, I was up there and I seen these nice rolling hills and these clear cuts and everything. I said, can you get us a shot at like 300, 400, maybe 500 yards on a bear this year? He said, yeah, can you hit him in the head from there? And I said, if you want us to shoot him in the head or the neck and you can get me the shot, that's what we'll do.
That'll be awesome. Man, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you shoot a bear in the head,
He ain't going anywhere.
he ain't going anywhere also, but you're not going to be able to put him in the books.
So what do we care about the book?
I don't care about the book.
We just rack them up. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
I
see.
He goes in our book.
Ricky's bringing us Christmas gifts here a little bit early.
Yeah, I see that. Just wait till you open that. Then why don't you go ahead and see what that is?
Should I go ahead and open it?
Rick, our director of operations here at Big E Outdoors, and he kind of goes along and helps us out and does heads up all of our camera crew and things like that.
Yeah.
Helps our
Well, let's open this bad boy up.
technical things. Yeah, why don't you see what he got you there? I got
something you could use.
Yeah, I kind of already know because he got me one there.
And something that I definitely know you don't got.
This is kind of tough because we're on the radio and it's kind of a visual thing, but don't worry, I'll explain it to you as we go here. Brandon's opening it, and
back scratcher.
it's
You can use it for scratching your back and
other things. Well, because we're guys, we'll
Yeah.
probably not use it on our back all that often.
No, that's
It's got really nice metal fork blades on it.
Telescopic.
yeah. I
You
see
can
that.
scratch the person 3 feet away from you, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna open
You
this
know,
thing
don't
up
be
here,
scratching me. I'll scratch myself.
Yeah, alrighty. Yeah, open this thing up. See if I can use it as a weapon on you, huh?
There you go.
Possibly.
Be careful. You could use it as a fork for eating off somebody else's plate.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at there.
Now, here's another thing. You remember the guys that used to be with, I can't say the name of the company that made the spices that we used to like?
Oh yeah.
What's the name of the new spice that guy makes?
Oh, I cannot remember.
It's out here on the shelf somewhere. It's in my office or something, but we got it. Redneck sauces or something, redneck. Anyway.
I can't remember. Yeah. Redneck pepper?
No,
it's
redneck
not that.
pepper.
That's a different one.
Anyhow, we'll have to get the name of it and we'll put it on the next segment. They called me today.
Yeah.
They got an all-in-one spice now,
Oh,
like like the older one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to be using that on our cooking segment. So we want to let people know that it's none of them. It's none of them. We want to. Oh, thank you. we're going to let people know that we are going to be doing some cooking segments right here, for television, at Big E Outdoors.
At the store. Yeah, that'll
Right
be
here.
nice.
Right here at the museum. We're going to do it right out front in the hallway out here. We're going to set up. And we're working on a couple of sponsors that would have some appliances and things like that. They can bring the portable kitchen down here. We're going to do it. We're going to do our spices. We're going to do all this stuff up. We're going to cook up some wild game, cook up some wild pork, cook some things up, and the people in our audience can try the stuff. Let us know what they think. We'll be using our Outdoor Edge cutlery. So this should be kind of fun.
Absolutely.
So if you'd like to get into our studio audience, can you believe we're actually saying that, the studio audience? It sounds like Price is Right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, all right.
If you'd like to get into our studio audience, all you got to do is come on down to Big E Outdoors. Let us know. We'll
Come
tell
on
you
down.
Come on down. We'll tell you when our taping is going to be. We'll get you seated and get you in, and it's going to be kind of fun. We're going to be doing more than one, so don't get upset if we're full the first time you come down. We're going to be doing it more than once. Hey, welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio. Brandon, we're back and just texting here a couple of friends of ours. You know, we have some interesting connections that we make.
Yeah.
And hey, speaking of interesting connections,
Yes.
you remember when we were down in Birmingham, Alabama? We
Yes.
set up at that show. We set up down there all them years at that trade show with the Cokers.
Yep.
And the little gal that used to run around with the water, remember?
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
Sierra.
Sierra Coker. Who'd ever thought, while we were setting up, this little gal used to pull around a cooler and come around to all the exhibitors and say, hey, you want some water? Hey, you want some water? And it was very nice. I mean, it's a great gesture.
Yeah.
And her older sister, Channing,
Yep.
actually was recording in Nashville and doing some things like that and has a couple of CDs out. But all of a sudden, lo and behold, here comes Sierra. She comes up and joins a trio. What's it called? The Sweet Tea
Trio.
The Sweet Tea Trio. And they're recording and they're just knocking it out of the park right now. You can hear them guys.
They got some good music. Them girls have some good voices.
Yeah, they got excellent. Yeah. So I mean, you know, the people that you meet along the way doing what we do. We were down in what the heck was Charlotte, North Carolina the one time, and we went to Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s bar.
Yeah. Yeah, Whiskey River.
And we ran into Tim Duggar, and I know a lot of folks haven't heard of Tim Duggar, but he's up and coming.
Yeah.
So we will eventually we're going to be hearing from Tim Duggar. We'll have him calling in on our show. Right now we're actually chatting with Bobby Pinson here. He can't call today, but he asked us to let him know when we're going to be recording again. You can tell folks who Bobby is.
Yeah, actually, Bobby Pinson, he's the songwriter for most of this guy's songs and the best friend of Toby Keith.
That's right. That's right. And we actually got an opportunity to do a little rubbing shoulders with him down there.
Yeah, we got to hang out with him at the Birmingham, Alabama show down there. Yep.
That's right.
So we meet a lot of folks in Birmingham. That's a big show. It really is. As far as a consumer show goes, that's probably one of the biggest.
Yeah, it is definitely one of the biggest out there. That's
Yeah.
you know, when we were at the Buckmaster show, we noticed that there's a lot of people that travel to that one down in Montgomery from all over the place. But I'm telling you, if you're ever out there and you want to travel and see some really great hunting trade shows, head to the South.
Oh yeah,
You
Salt,
know,
they have some good ones.
you think that this one in Madison is a great show? Let me tell you, it's nothing compared to heading down to the Birmingham, Alabama, the one in North Carolina, the Raleigh Dixie Deer Classic. That is a monster trade show.
Another big one in South Carolina, down there in Columbia.
Palmetto.
They have it at the state fairgrounds, and that's more than just. I mean, it is just an outdoor show, but they set up a fair there. They've got rides for kids, and they have a whole bunch of outdoor vendors, and you see everything there from hunting and fishing stuff to. They've got car dealers there. They bring in their jacked up pickup trucks that they're trying to promote their dealerships with, and they got people that build rock crawlers that are set up at these shows. I mean, you see some stuff down there that you just don't see at the Madison show. I mean, the Madison show is it's all limited to pretty much indoors. They set up a couple things out front on the steps in the parking lot, but that's about it. A lot of these shows down south, you can go outside, you can go inside, you go from building to building. There's some great shows. So if you're ever looking for something to do in the summer, you're not sure what you want to do, just take a long weekend and go to one of these trade shows and see what it's all about. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, like the one in Birmingham, you can't see it all in one day.
No, you can't. That one, you need the full 3 days to see that show. Usually the way that I recommend it to people for seeing that one, when they do go to it, is maybe take your first day and just kind of walk through and see what's all there. Then after that, you take the next day or two to kind of go through and hit all of the vendors that you wanted to hit, because you won't be able to stop in and talk with everybody.
No, how about another one that they might want to go check out if you want to travel to see some great shows? You remember they used to have that really nice outdoor show over in Oshkosh? They don't do that anymore, do they? That DU show?
Oh, the Ducks Unlimited show?
Yeah.
I don't know if they do or not.
But they have a really nice one in Ohio every year.
Mm-hmm. The Jurassic Classic.
The Jurassic Classic, yeah.
And they have a bunch of country artists, and actually not just country artists. They do have some rock and roll and stuff there too. But they put on some concerts. They have people that set up there all day, and or all weekend long rather, and that's a heck of a show too. I'll tell you what, if you're into the outdoor festivals, that's a good one to go to. They've got the live music, they've got all the hunting and outdoor, vendors there for you. Buy yourself a new pair of boots while you're there. So, yeah, there's great shows to go to all over the place, and it's not just it's not just something you have to go to if it's in your hometown, and you don't have to avoid it just because it's out of state. They're great places to travel to. They're great shows to go to. So
yeah, and there's other things to do at some of them outdoor shows. You can go there and you can see the dogs jumping,
The water dogs,
the water dogs. So there's things to do with your kids there. You can there's like archery competitions and things like that to go watch. So it's not like you're just going there to walk around and see the vendors or anything like that. There's always activities and things to do.
I know. Usually at the South Carolina one, they've always got that Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel. They put them behind an RC boat on the water and have the squirrel skiing around. You've seen them on Funniest Home Videos and things like that. And
I think there's more than one Twiggy the water skiing squirrel out there, to be honest with you. How hard can it be to train a squirrel to stand there on a board when you're pulling them around in the water? I mean, a squirrel's afraid of water. He ain't going to go anywhere.
Have you ever trained a squirrel?
Not really.
Okay, well then how do you know it's easy?
Well, you got a point there.
Yeah,
You
of
do
course
have
I
a
do.
point. Yeah.
I
You do have a point there.
I know.
But
I'm
really
seriously
enjoying
this. I'm really enjoying this back scratcher thing.
I know you've been scratching your beard. You really
you
kind of distracted me there with that thing a little bit, because I'm kind of wondering what you're going to scratch next. It's kind of, it's kind of freaky.
It's satisfying, that's for sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's even more freaky.
Yeah.
So, how often have you actually sat there and watched this squirrel?
Oh, a few times. When I tell you I'm just going out to get a drink or a snack and come right back to the booth, I'll wander over and watch the squirrel, or go and look at all the jacked up trucks and
Stop and watch the squirrel.
Yeah, stop and watch a squirrel again. So yeah, I've actually gone and watched it a couple times. It was kind of cool. It's mostly kids there that are watching it,
Yeah.
But I enjoy that stuff. I'm about the only 27-year-old guy that goes and watches it every time I'm there.
Really? Do you get all excited and everything?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my picture taken with it.
Really?
Oh.
Maybe we should train us a squirrel here. Did you ever think maybe it's not even a live squirrel, maybe it's a mounted squirrel?
Oh, it's a live squirrel.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Positive?
Yeah. He stole my nuts one time. He did. Yeah, I had a bag of nuts that I got from the concession stand down there. He came up and started stealing them right out of my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be really easy for us to do that. We could take one of these mounted squirrels, put them on a little remote control boat, have them ski around.
Well, if we're going to do that, we might as well do it with like an ermine.
Yeah.
Or a rabbit.
It could be Ernie, the water skiing ermine.
Ernie the ermine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna get a critter out there,
Yeah. Why don't we just get a full body mount whitetail and throw them on skis behind a boat?
Willie the whitetail?
Yeah. Willie the whitetail. We actually have a Willie the whitetail on our wall.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. The world famous Willie.
I actually was telling folks in the first segment that our store will be open the second week of January,
Yeah.
and we will be allowing people to come in and see the museum and walk through and see all the great animals that we have in here. We got a really nice display.
We do.
And I
yeah.
really like when you first come into the museum and you open up the, bam, right there in front,
Giraffe.
giraffe.
First thing you see is that big old giraffe with his head.
A lot
up
of
to
folks
the
are going to
ceiling.
say, why would anybody shoot a giraffe?
Well,
Tell 'em,
and
man.
we'll tell you why. We'll tell you. It's
You come here, we'll tell you. We're not going to tell you on the radio,
Yep.
though. As a surprise, if you want to learn some of these things, you got to come down to the Biggie Outdoor Big Game Museum, and we will.
we're not complete rednecks, folks. You can come down here and get a little bit of education.
That's right. We actually have a lot of knowledge to share with you.
Yeah. In fact, make it a school field trip.
That's right. But get
You probably have to get a
note.
release from the parents.
Yeah, we got to
come
get
down here.
because in case your parents are lefties, that doesn't make you a bad kid. You still come down here. And we'll teach you about animals and hunting and things like that, and how to keep your parents alive when the Holocaust comes.
The Holocaust or the
Zombies.
Armageddon.
The Armageddon and
Yeah.
the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody's going to have to feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Hey, it's going to be survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Either you're going to know how to hunt or you ain't.
Yeah. You really believe in this zombie thing, don't you?
No, not really. I do.
I think it's
You
gonna
do?
happen, Yeah.
such thing as zombies.
Something. Something.
Yeah. All right. Well, we better take a quick break here, folks, and we'll be right back with a brand new hour of Biggie Outdoor Radio.
Yeah, all right.